Good morning all. It's just before sunrise now, but I wanted to quickly grab this little bit of footage to share. When the tides and the moon coincide, we get a very, very high tide. So I wanted you to see how the beach completely disappears. See, there's my little path I walked down, and we were down there yesterday beachcombing, but can you see now how at the end of the path is the little sandy bit, and then the rest is sea. And it was actually higher before there was any light for me to film. And see how the remaining seagrass is just poking its head out across the top of the waves. And look how the spitting rock is just almost at its highest water mark. And then if you look all the way down to when we walked to our dock down there, see how the beach is obliterated. It's just a very, very high tide, and I love the colors this time of the morning, where you have just the sherbet orange beginning of sunrise and the deep, majestic blue of the sea. And then the contrast of the soft sand and the shells and the salte forming with the seagrass mixing with the kelp. And just think, under all that sea, the waves are bringing in all sorts of treasures to find and collect and put on window ledges and sketch in journal pages. Well, I hope you enjoy this little moment I wanted to share, which was a very high tide before sunrise. And to close out today's vlog, you can see we were here this morning at sunrise, and now it's just about midday, and as the tides are quite extreme, where we had the high tide, now you can see the tide is so low. Can you see all the terns and gulls out feeding? Can you see the seabed? So if we were to go out, we could walk through all the dying seagrass out into the seabed and pick treasures and find wonderful things, which I probably will do after luncheon today. But you see the birds enjoying it. So don't you love the vast difference from this morning at sunrise, when I showed you how where I'm standing right now was well under the sea. And there's the spitting rock, which was lined up right to the top. And now see how it completely sits outside, exposed completely for the gulls and terns to have their dinner. For today's art piece, I'm sharing my bulldogs and chairs for my animals and chairs and my dogs and chairs series. I really enjoy, it's funny, I often draw French bulldogs, although I've never owned any. And since I've been dogless, I always, they are on the top of my list as a possible dog to get. But this piece I wanted to share, again, my love of chairs. And as the chair was a bit more modern, I wanted the background to have a modern feel. And I thought it looked really lovely on things like mugs. And I think it's really sweet as a bag. Actually, one of my friends has this bag who has French bulldogs. And I actually had a lot of fun doing the shirt design, which has an all-over print. I really liked how the pink flower turns out around the neck and the arm, and then you see the main little French bulldog sitting in his plush gray chair. Well, that is today's little bit of artwork, and also today's very short Vlogmas. So trying to keep up with daily Vlogmas posting. So I shall see you tomorrow. And remember, stay creative. Cheers.